Every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello and welcome to CoreTV News on the hour. I am Frank Omalape. Ahead of the 2015 general elections, the All Progressive Grand Alliance has offered automatic tickets to President Goodluck Jonathan and Victor Ume. Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State disclosed this on Saturday in Akwa, where a mega rally was to urge Jonathan to seek re-election as president. Obiano, however, says the party's candidate for all other elected positions will be determined through primaries. While Jonathan has the party's presidential ticket, Ume, Abga's national chairman, will fly the party's banner in the Anambra Central Senatorial election. Ume says Abga has gone into an accord with the People's Democratic Party to support Jonathan for the presidential election. Former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi was absent at the rally. Obiano, however, says Obi got permission to travel to the United States to attend the World Igbo Congress. Former Senate President Kenny Namani and former PDP National Women's Leader Josephine Anene presented solidarity messages at the rally. Some national leaders of the ruling People's Democratic Party met Tommy Kimmy at his Abuja residence on Friday night and asked him to join the party. The PDP delegation, which was led by the national chairman of the party, Adamu Mozu, also had in attendance the chairman of Board of Trustees of the party, Tony Anene. Kimmy resigned his membership of the All Progressive Congress on Wednesday after his desire to be the chairman of the opposition party did not materialize. Kimmy told the delegation that he was ready to bring value to the PDP and that he was also ready to serve at any level. Now, the governorship election in Adamawa State may be more than a month away, but Nigeria's largest opposition party is already expressing its concerns. The All Progressive Congress fears that the October 11 election may witness another round of heavy deployment of security forces. Chairman John Odigi Oyegun cited the deployment of troops during elections in Osun and Ekiti State and says it could affect the party's chances. He, however, maintained that the situation is currently being watched.
There are special conditions in Adamawa. The deputy governor, who is also an aspirant, comes from one of the local governments there. Some top military brass come from parts of that local government. And given the activities of the military and security agencies in Ekiti and Osun, we have reason to have fears. But we hope that reason will prevail and that this top military brass will not see it as a mission to return the state as a kind of thank you for the appointments that they have gotten. We hope, sincerely pray that that does not happen. But we have reasons to worry.
A non-governmental organization, the Movement Against Electoral Fraud, has commenced a review of the electoral process that led to the August 9 governorship poll in Osun State. Correspondent Rashid attended the forum and returned with this report.
Speaking at the forum to review the electoral process of the August 9 governorship poll in Osun State, Chairman of the Movement Against Electoral Fraud, Taiwo Titolaye, says militarization of elections portends great danger for democracy in the country.
Taking cognizance of the events leading to Ekiti and Osun gubernatorial elections, and as it affects 2015 general elections, democratic culture and nation building are clear indications that we are far removed from achieving free and fair elections. The primitive militarization of the last two gubernatorial elections in Ekiti and Osun states are pointers to what the 2015 general elections in the country will be.
Members of the movement applaud the people of the state for exercising their civic responsibility without fear during the poll, but caution the federal government against endangering the polity by militarization elections in Nigeria.
Ruling people in a democratic setting should be a non-violence process. A transitional process, a democratically transitional process, should not be a thing of victimization and threats.
The election, which is supposed to be the culmination of the democratic process in any democratic system, should not be militarized, should not be turned into warfare. That is exactly what we are saying. Yes, the election has come and gone. Yes, the will of the people has, but it is forced. We should do better than that.
The movement added that it will take it upon itself to sensitize the public against what it called a dangerous trend.
We have taken the start now to go out there and mobilize the people, educate them, sensitize them, and to prepare them for mandate protection, to prepare them to resist all forms of political repression, as it happened during the election.
The movement prays that the federal government will put in place the desired enabling environment that will guarantee the electorate the freedom and safety they need to perform their constitutional role. Rashid, CoreTV News, Oshogbo.
As the transformation ambassadors of Nigeria continue to seek support for the second term's ambition of President Goodluck Jonathan, reactions have continued to trail the development. Speaking on the Saturday's edition of our flagship program, Core Digest, public affairs analyst Olabode Hussaini explains that the government institutions and politicians set to enhance good governance have failed at ensuring that there is strict adherence to the rule of law.
Most of the bodies, most of the organizations, institutions that are supposed to regulate, to ameliorate the settings of good governance are just not, they are not working. That is the problem. I don't know whether you still understand what I'm trying to say. The records of the federal government of Nigeria, the executive, the legislators, even up to the local government, should speak for themselves. But then, if they want to rerun, they should wait and comply with rule of law. And Section 99 of INEC electoral is clear. It says it clearly. Nobody, and there's no exemption there, I read it. Nobody there gather together and start making any form of campaign.
The federal government has promised to pay all accumulated staff claims, allowances, and other pending entitlement of the Public Complaints Commission. The commissioner of the agency, George Uloko, made this known in Abuja during the commissioning of operational vehicles. He says lack of vehicles in the commission has affected the agency's quest to wipe out all forms of administrative vices across the country. 30 vehicles were commissioned to enhance the commission's ability to fulfill its mandate.
Instructive to note here that the Commission is presently on frontline charge in revenue allocation and is currently receiving regular funding. Consequent upon this, and though the Commission is still underfunded, we have started the payment of accumulated staff claims, allowances, and other entitlements. This shall continue until all the backlog of entitlements are cleared. As I commission these trucks and buses, I'm firm belief that the investigation staff of the Commission will henceforth be more resilient in our quest to fulfill our mandate and wipe out all forms of administrative vices, wherever they exist in this country.
Still to come after the break, police raid hotels on Lagos Island, arrest 39 immigrants over Ebola scare. Find out more of these after this timeout. Stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Glad to have you back now. Police and immigration officers have arrested at least 39 foreign nationals in 2 hotels on Lagos Island. CoreTV News learned that they were arrested following a tip-off by some resident of the area over fears of the Ebola virus disease. Upon receiving the report, the area commander, Area A Command, Lion Building, Imohimi Edgar, contacted immigration and health officials with Stambanin Hotel in an unnamed guest house situated on Atera Street and effected the arrest of the foreigners. 35 of whom are citizens of the Democratic Republic of Congo, while the rest are Sierra Leonean nationals. The police say the immigration officials will determine if the suspects are legally residing in the country, while the health officials will determine their health status. Meanwhile, all the hotels in the area have been placed under surveillance. Now, Abia State government has denied rumors making the rounds that a relation of the Port Harcourt doctor Ike Enemo, who died while secretly treating an Ebola patient, sneaked into Aba, the commissioner center of the state. Commissioner for Information Eze Chikamnaya Ude, who made the denial described as evil and mischievous, a news report on an Aba-based radio station, that the late doctor's sibling had taken refuge in the state. Chikamnaya says investigations revealed that the disease did not hail from Abia but Anambra, and that his mother was living with him in Port Harcourt while his wife had since been quarantined in Lagos. He insists that the intention of those behind the report was to cause tension and unnecessary apprehension in the state, and enjoin residents not to panic but disregard the rumor. Chikamnaya cautioned media practitioners against false reports, noting that some lives were recently lost by drinking saltwater solution when it was rumored that it had the potency to cure Ebola. The commissioner added that Abia for now is Ebola-free and assured of the preparedness of the state government to contain the spread of the killer virus. And now celebrations break out in one of Liberia's densely populated West Point area of Monrovia, the country's capital city. This follows weekend's announcement by government that it would let the Ebola quarantine on the large slum, 10 days after the attempt to cordon off the neighborhood from the rest of the city sparked deadly clashes. Residents of the slum could not but express satisfaction at the decision reached by the government and the country's health authorities. They said the decision was completely vindicated their position on the deadly Ebola virus disease.
They say you go down in Westman. Yes, indeed. But from the time they close the road, yes, we can't hear nobody dying, nothing at their account. So we believe that our fast and prayer God took control. Yes.
For me, I'm not denying that Ebola is not real, but I believe, 100% believe that all those that live in Westman are free from Ebola.
As part of the sensitization against the deadly Ebola disease, wife of Lagos Governor Abimbola took the monthly sanitation exercise for August to Ijaye Ojokoro local government area of the state. Oluwaseyi Adegoke monitored the exercise, and this report is presented from our studios.
The residents of Ijaye Ojokoro with the Lagos state officials performed the sanitation exercise in the air. The representative of the wife of Lagos State Governor Aziza Tijani says the state governor will continue to encourage sanitation exercise for the people of Lagos State.
A lot still needs to be done. It is as if the people do not understand the reason for this exercise. It's just to assist them, to give them awareness that environmental sanitation is for their own good, not for the government. The surroundings are dirty. People don't even clean their houses, let alone clean their environment, which I think needs a lot to be desired.
The permanent secretary of the Ministry of Environment in Lagos State, Akim Ogunbambi, and the chairman of Ijaye Ojokoro local government, Benjamin Olabinjo, says personal hygiene will be encouraged.
There are serious human and environmental challenges that we have come across. We have noticed they don't have adequate infrastructures. and which is the challenge to the local government and also to the state. We have seen where private development supersede government's ability to provide all the infrastructures, and these are part of the issues that we are tackling in Lagos State, that we need to do more for the people.
This environmental, we used to announce it to them that we are not doing it for our own sake, not for the sake of the local government or the state government, but for their own sake. But the compliance is very, very bad. At times, our environmental officer will come to go to their houses where they are using pit latrine, advise them and give them notice that within 1 or 2 months they should put it right. Reverse is the case. But we will continue to enlighten them because they need more enlightenment.
The officials encouraged the people of Lagos State to embrace personal hygiene to help in containing the Ebola disease in Nigeria.
It's still CoreTV News on the hour. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with Outside Nigeria stories. Stay with us.
One continent, 54 countries, over 2,000 languages, but united with similar interests. As news breaks, we give you in-depth analysis around Africa every Monday on CoreTV News.
Glad to have you back. And now outside Nigeria, regional powerhouse South Africa won Saturday that it would not tolerate an apparent military coup in Lesotho after soldiers surrounded the police headquarters and premier residence. South Africa wants that such unconstitutional change of government shall not be tolerated. Foreign Affairs spokesman Clayton Munyela told journalists in the capital, Pretoria.
And that's why we are here. No one has claimed to have taken over government through the use of force. By all accounts, the activities of the Lesotho Defense Force thus far bear the hallmarks of a coup d'etat. Unconstitutional change of government shall not be tolerated. We prefer a peaceful resolution to any crisis, particularly if it's a political crisis. So you give diplomacy a chance. Such things become last resorts when you're dealing with a political problem.
And finally, the European Union geared up a fresh wave of sanctions against Russia on Saturday, with warnings that the escalating conflict in Ukraine was putting all of Europe at risk of war. Fears of a wider confrontation spiraled after allegations that Russia has sent troops and weapons across the border to help a bloody new counteroffensive by pro-Kremlin rebels. Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko visited Brussels to plead his case for a firm response before the EU's 28 leaders were to hold talks on the worsening situation. French
Today
President
in Brussels is an
Hollande
opportunity to talk with other EU leaders and to make sure we all coordinate to stop people travelling to Iraq and Syria, to stop radicalisation, to confront extremism, and that's what we'll be discussing today. We have to address the completely unacceptable situation of having Russian troops on Ukrainian soil. Countries in Europe shouldn't need to think long before realising just how unacceptable that is. We know that from our history, so consequences must follow if that situation continues, and we'll be discussing that as well today.
And that does it for news on the hour. Many thanks for watching. I am Frank Omalape. Don't forget, join us again on top of the hour. Bye for now.